Dear 6th graders, we are going to continue our science lesson, which is reproduction of green plants. From a flower to a fruit, we will talk about 3 steps. First step is called pollination. The second step is called fertilization. And the third step is called fructification. Pollination. There is 2 ways for pollination. The first way, in the same flower, the pollen sac stirs apart, setting the pollen grains free. Some pollen grains settle or fix on the pistil wet end. The pollen grains sit on the pistil's wet end. The second way, between 2 flowers. The pollinators can be a bee or a butterfly drops pollen from the stamen of one flower onto the pistil of another flower. So, pollination is fixation of the pollen grains on the pistil wet end. Fertilization. After pollination, which is the fixation of pollen grain on the pistil wet end, pollen grain sends a tube reaching the ovule. One of the 2 nuclei of the pollen grain unites with the ovule's nucleus. This is fertilization. So, fertilization is the union or mate between the male nucleus and the female one. It occurs in the ovary. Fructification. Let's repeat what happens before fructification. First, pollination takes place, which is the fixation of pollen grains on the pistil wet end. Then, the pollen grain sends a tube reaching the ovule. The nucleus of the pollen grain mate with the female nucleus, the nucleus of the ovule. This is fertilization. After that, the fertilized ovule grows and transforms into a seed. The seed is enclosed in a hard shell called stone. The ovary grows more and more and becomes a fruit. This is fructification. At last, the fruit becomes red and delicious. This is a section of a cherry. This is the seed. The stone covers the seed. The pulp is the part that we can eat it. The skin that covers the fruit, and the peduncle. Thanks for your attention.